Welcome to the Totally Real Show. Yes, everything here we speak of is completely 100% real, backed by scientists worldwide and all over the entire universe. So, today's article, okay, I don't know if you've heard of this website, comes from The Onion, okay? This is what we do. We go over the greatest stories, and The Onion releases the best ones, okay? From The Onion, we have our first article of the day. Okay, and I'm going to read some of this to you. Okay, and then we're going to talk about it. So, the White House doctor claims Trump a perfectly healthy 9 foot tall 35-year-old. Okay, now, and before you make your assumptions, I'm going to read what exactly they wrote here. Okay, this is coming straight out of Washington. Assuring Americans that a routine medical exam had confirmed the president had no pressing health concerns, Captain Sean Barbabella, the director of the White House Medical Unit, claimed Wednesday that Donald Trump has a perfectly healthy system at 9 foot tall and 35 years old. After concluding his physical, I can say with confidence that President Trump exhibits normal vitals for a titanic behemoth born in 1991, Barbabella told reporters, adding that the commander-in-chief's cardiovascular health was so exemplary that he had finally cracked the 3-minute mile. I can also say that, contrary to some negative health speculations in the press, the president's capacity to levitate 2 feet off the ground is undiminished. And in my professional opinion, his pyrokinetic abilities have surpassed those of any world leader in history. Barbabella went on to state that Trump's dunking skills remained at NBA level. You hear that, people? NBA level. This is real. President Donald Trump is out here dunking. I need video footage, not because I need proof, but just because that is incredible. Okay. And at 9 foot tall, 35 years old, okay, he needs to be in the NBA. What is he doing not being in the NBA? I'm sure you could do both. You could be the president of the United States while also, yes, also being in the National Basketball Association. How many people have there been that have had two jobs, two careers these days? You kind of need one. How many times, okay? We've seen this, people crossing over sports, crossing over entirely different careers, from the entertainment field of movies to music, or music to movies, politics to movies, whatever it might be, sport to sport. We have seen this. This is real and it can be done. So, what I need to see is President Donald Trump with his 9 foot tall stature, having 35-year-old self. I need to see him playing some basketball. I need to see him suiting up because that is incredible. Can you believe this? I'm just glad somebody confirmed it. Let me know what you think about this. Throw your comments down there. I want to know exactly what you think. I want to know, do you believe it? And also, do you think he would make a great NBA player like I do? All right, so next story we've got here on The Onion. Meta launches Instagram Plus. And I already like the idea of this. Okay, The Onion, this is probably the greatest news source I have ever witnessed. So thank you to The Onion. Okay, so let's dive into this one. Meta launches Instagram Plus. Meta announced a new Instagram Plus subscription plan for $3.99, allowing extra features such as the ability to extend stories longer than 24 hours and see who rewatched users' stories. What do you think? I'll tell you what I think, Onion. I think this is a great idea. A story that is longer than 24 hours, I need to see this. Now, are we talking we can record for more than 24 hours and put it up there so that everyone can watch our entire day, literally from beginning to end, every single second? Because we need that. As soon as I open my eyes in the morning, I need to be hitting record and recording that entire day. And as I'm doing that, it needs to be uploading just continuously, 24 hours a day, because there's nothing better that I would rather be doing. Can you think of something you'd rather be doing than just watching a story for 24 hours straight and continuously just doing that and having it play while you sleep? I can. This is exactly what we've been needing from Meta. They're finally listening to us. Okay, this right here is a great idea. All right, so now this next article is a little far-fetched, but guess what? It's from The Onion, too. All of these are that we go over. But I'm a little bit let's just say, I don't know what to think about this one, okay? This one's gonna throw y'all off. I am just at a loss, okay? I'm gonna let it out. Here's what it says, straight from The Onion. Black neighborhood demolished to make room for nothing in particular. Yep, you heard that right. Let's dive in a little bit deeper on this one. Okay, it says, in a move that left hundreds of longtime residents scrambling to find alternative housing, municipal construction crews reportedly demolished a local black neighborhood Thursday, part of an ongoing city project to make room for nothing in particular. For decades, this part of Fort Worth has languished as nothing more than a loving community for African American families and a bustling hub for black-owned businesses, said Mayor Mattie Parker, adding that the destruction of dozens of beloved restaurants, theaters, barbershops, and newspapers was an essential step toward creating more vacant lots that could sit empty behind fences for an indefinite length of time. To be clear, we have no plans to construct any new high-rises, public parks, or stadiums where this neighborhood used to be. Nor are we encouraging private developers to build something in this once vital place where black residents maintained roots for generations, coming here to live, play, eat, and work. We just figured we'd bulldoze 30 or so blocks and see what happens. While we are proud of this neighborhood's history, the time has come to make way for complete nothingness. Mayor Parker went on to share computer-generated renderings of what the proposed plant overgrowth in the area might look like once the city completed its $10 million devitalization across multiple minority communities. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you did. You've all heard this right. All kinds of people everywhere. Yes, your ears have heard this right. And I am completely taken aback by this and cannot believe it. Okay, now I believe the article because it says right here on The Onion, it's online, therefore it must be real. But I just cannot stand behind what is being done here. You're telling me they're going to make room for nothing? That they just had $10 million and said, hey, let's just take all this away so it can just sit there? Doing nothing. So you've displaced all of these people and their businesses, all the history, the land, the culture, and everything, just took it away? For what? For nothing. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That is right, everyone. You have heard this. This is true. I cannot believe it. What's going on out here? What are they thinking? What's happening in their brain? Has the hamster stopped running? What are we doing? I cannot. I don't know what to do with them. They don't know what to do with the land. I don't know what to do with them. This is not the way the world should be going. On to something else. Okay. This one from The Onion. Okay. PETA billboard falsely assumes man wouldn't eat his cat. Okay. We're seeing this all for the first time together, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, okay, let's unpack this one. Okay, we're going to read exactly what it says. We're going to read this. Okay, it says, remarking that the anti-meat advertisement had significantly misjudged his moral boundaries, local man Tyler Richards reported Tuesday that People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals billboard had falsely assumed he wouldn't eat his cat. I know they're trying to make eating other animals seem wrong, but honestly, I bet my Kiki would taste incredible deep fried with a little aioli, says Richards, observing that the ad's depiction of a cat trussed up like a Thanksgiving turkey looked tastier than most advertisements he had seen for actual foods. That billboard isn't making me vegetarian. It's just making me hungry. Okay. We're gonna stop it on that note because there's a little bit more in here. You got to go read it yourself. Go to the Onion, okay, theonion.com. You got to read this one for yourself because, quite honestly, I'm a little bit thrown off yet again. These stories happening in the world are blowing my mind. So this billboard. Okay, if you go to the website, okay, take a look at this billboard. It's showing a turkey basically with a cat, right? Put together. The cat is on the turkey's head. Turkey's head's not there. Okay. So this man's looking at this. Okay, is basically what he's doing. He's looking at this billboard and he's like, wait a minute. You're just assuming I wouldn't eat my cat? What do you mean by this? Okay, because on this, I'll describe it to you. Okay, the billboard has that image I showed to you, but it also says, if you wouldn't eat your cat, why eat a turkey? Well, this guy was concerned because he's like, why would you just assume that? We don't know that. You can't just assume anything in this lifetime. We don't do that, right? We ask questions, we get answers. We want to know what's going on, and we want to be truthful with that, right? Just like the Onion. So, this man here, okay, I'm a little bit concerned for him. I truly am. I'm a little concerned for everyone in a way, but this one is a little bit. I've got questions. I got questions that I want to ask him because that, my friends, that's throwing me off. A lot of these are though. There's a lot of craziness going on out there right now. So to wrap things up, I've got one more for you. Maybe you can relate to this one, maybe not. But either way, it's going on in the world. Maybe you know someone, maybe you have one of these things. Guess what? It's about Ring cameras. Okay, the headline here is talking about Ring cams, and it says owners will retain access to the Ring cam. Oh, is that right? Okay. All right. Now I'll read a little bit of what they said about this, what they have to say about this. It says owners will retain access to the Ring cam. It's not that big of a deal. They want to see what you'll be up to. That's it. They want to see what we've been up to. They want to watch us come and go out all day long. Watch our families, our pets, our everyone just walking in and out of the door. What do they need to know? Are they just curious? Oh, let's see what the renters are up to. Oh, you just have to know every little detail about every little thing that everyone's doing, coming in and out of the house, coming through the front door. Is there one on the back door too? Is there one on every window? Is there one in the kitchen, the bathroom, the everywhere? You just want to watch? Is this your version of reality TV? It's as real as it gets, apparently, people. This is as real as it's going to get for you. If they want to go ahead and see, I own my place. All right, I own a place. I don't need to be watching. If I were to rent this, I don't need to watch people, the residents or my neighbors. I don't need to know what they're doing. I'm doing what I'm doing. They're doing what they're doing. Sometimes we come together, we collaborate, and we can hear about what each other has been doing because that's what makes life beautiful, right? We want to come together and talk to each other and learn about each other that way. We don't need to watch through a Ring cam. What we need is to watch each other on the Meta stories for longer than 24 hours a day. That's what we need to do. So Meta, it sounds like, needs to come together with Ring, and they can have a little bit of a thing going here. Something that we'll all be loving, right? Well, the Meta thing is obviously just smart, but this Ring cam thing here is a little bit weird. Thank you all so much for coming here today, joining me on the Onion's website here on the Totally Real podcast. This is Totally Real. It's been real. See you next time.